Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Angel and today I'll be sharing with you some more fun and simple DIYs. Before we get started, as always, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and click the little notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of my future videos. For this first project, we're going to be using these wood cubes from Dollar Tree. For this particular project, we're just going to be using the outside of the cubes and also some of the styrofoam and wood glue from Dollar Tree as well. The first thing I'm doing is I am just going to be gluing 3 of these little boxes together. Once I have all those glued together, I'm just going to put some glue on this back piece and add 1 more of those wood cubes to the top. Now at this point you can paint your wood cubes or you can stain it. I chose to just use some watered down brown paint to make a stain for these boxes. Then I just cut down one of those styrofoam pieces to fit in the box, and I'm just going to take some of these fall flowers from Dollar Tree and cut the stems off and start randomly placing them in the boxes. This would also be really cute with some of the pumpkin picks inside of it or a bow added to the front. I just left mine kind of plain. And here's a look at how my floral boxes turned out. For this next project, we'll be using the inside of those boxes to make some pumpkins. All I'm doing is just making a stack of 3 of these boxes and then also a stack of 2 and just wood gluing them together. I'm also just using that watered down brown paint again, but I also added in a little bit of orange to stain these with. Then for the stem, I'm just using a little tree branch from my yard that I painted white, and I just hot glued that to the top, and then I'm taking some twine and making little bows on the top of them. And here's a look at how the little block pumpkins turned out. For this next project, we're going to be making a reversible sign, and we're going to be using some of these wood planks from Dollar Tree. I am just painting one side of those white, flipping them over, and painting the other side black. Once those are all dry, I'm just taking these little drawings that I copied from my computer screen of fall leaves, and I'm going to be coloring in the back side of these and then flipping those over onto the wood planks to get an outline of these leaves. You can of course use stencils or a Cricut or anything else that you'd like to use. Once I have an outline of my leaves, I'm just going to use these fall colors that I mixed up and paint those in. I'm also going back in with some brown paint to add some stems and little details to these leaves. Once the front side is all dry, I'm just flipping these over, and I traced out some little ghosts and cut those out, and then I'm going to take this metallic marker from Dollar Tree and just trace that around. Once I have all my little ghosts traced out, I'm just going back in with some of my white chalk paint and painting these little ghosts. Then I went back in with one of my black marker pens and drew on their little eyes and mouths. And here I'm just using some Dollar Tree wood glue to glue these little plaques together. To make the stand, I'm just using some Dollar Tree wood dowel rods, and I am going to use the wood glue again to glue 2 of these together and then glue the other 2 together. Once they dried, I just took 2 of them and glued them to one side and took the other 2 and glued them to the other side. And here's a look at how the reversible sign turned out. For this final project, we're just going to be making a very simple book stack. I am using books that I already had. You can of course get some books from the Dollar Tree or a thrift store, but I didn't want to ruin my books, so I'm using some of this white paper from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make a cover for each of my books. If you have Dollar Tree books or thrifted books that you really don't care to mess up, then you can of course just paint these white. I'm just going to be adding Hello Fall onto these books, and I am just using the Dollar Tree rub-on transfer stickers. This was actually my first time using these rub-on transfer stickers, and it was a little bit hard to get used to. I actually messed up my spacing a little bit, but once you get used to it, it's not so hard. I also added these little rub-on stickers that are fall leaves to the other side. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.